Hey guys, welcome. This is Pinnacle Healthcare Staffing. I'm Anaya. I'm part of the social media marketing team here, and we have another Get to Know a Nurse Monday with Cecily.
Hi.
So just like get a little comfortable. We're just gonna ask some questions, go down the line. But like, tell us a little bit more about yourself, like your story, and like why did you become a nurse?
So long story short, my daughter, when she was born, she had a severe milk allergy, ended up at CHOP. She almost didn't make it. The nurses were phenomenal. And from then on, I just like, I have to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And because you don't know how much a nurse does until you're in that situation. They're your lifeline, like between the doctors and you. So I feel like for me, that was my moment of like I just love what they do and I want to do it too.
Yeah. Me being a part of this team, I've learned so much from nurses that I've talked to, and it's like, I feel inspired myself. Like I would want to become a nurse as well. Like it's something I'm thinking about. I don't know if marketing is going to work out for me, and I say that for every single video. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of studying, but it's the commitment, and yeah, I love that. So yeah, awesome. So you're a pediatric nurse. Like, why did you choose that specialty?
When I was in nursing school, we went through a ton of different specialties, obviously, like maternity, which I thought I was going to love. And when I got on the floor, I didn't.
Wow, you're the first one. every person I've talked to, they're like, oh, I want to go in maternity. They like it so far.
The thought of it is, well, for me, the thought of it was better than actually being there. But it's for someone. It just wasn't for me. But when I got on the floor with the kids, it just clicked for me. Nice. So that's what made me like, oh, I gotta come back here.
And then, are you choosing to stay, or do you want to go, or as working in that hospital, or as a pediatric nurse?
Oh, I definitely want to be a pediatric nurse, probably for the rest of my life, because like it just brings joy. Like kids are just so resilient. I love them. They could be in the worst situation, I'm telling you, but you walk in and they're like sunshine. So that's what makes me just be like, you know what? If you can be so resilient in your situation with, whatever's going on, then why am I so down?
Right.
Come on, people.
Like I worked in, well, not worked, but I volunteered at a daycare. So I was around kids a lot. They have very big personalities. Yes. I was, and they're very, I don't know, they're very open about a lot of things. Oh, but yeah. They're very curious, want to learn. They are crazy, but they're kids. They're gonna do what they need to do, and yeah, they're gonna learn a lot.
They're gonna move past everything that seems so hard.
So you're also a financial services. You just started that. Hasn't been long, but I guess like what is it like so far? Like joining, and like what made you want to become part of it? Let's
start with what made me start. Yeah. So I really wanted to get into financial services and I was really looking into it for myself because coming from Philadelphia and a family that was living paycheck to paycheck and then becoming a nurse and still feeling like I'm moving paycheck to paycheck, I was just like, there has to be an answer out there. There has to be a way to like make financial freedom happen. So I started looking things up. I reached back to someone that I had got a policy with, and she was like, come aboard, I'll show you. Like, so I took that on, and I just want, I guess from now on, I want to like teach what I learned to the people that I know, and grew up with and are still in that situation.
Oh, I agree. I'm the kind of person that's still learning, especially because right now I work in like retail and sales because my major is marketing and sales. So I'm right on the floor dealing with customer service and everything. I'm trying to gain enough skills for myself to teach other people because I kind of want to be in a leadership role myself. Yeah, that's like my intake. But
and I feel like nursing, you're an educator already.
Yeah.
So that was like an easy transition to be then an educator in finance. Like who wouldn't want to know where to put your money? Who wouldn't want to know where to invest your money if you don't have the capital to start in a big place? Especially people who come from middle class families that don't make more than $3,000 a month. So how can they invest their money and make it grow and be financially free eventually? So
I'm gonna need that.
well, you reach out to me. I'll help you out, girlfriend.
I guess, like, do you have any advice for nurses who want to start, like, managing their own finances at all?
Oof. I mean, start now. I became a nurse late in life. I'm gonna be 35 this year. And prior to this, I did live paycheck to paycheck. So it's kind of like, if you become a nurse early on, think smart with your money.
Yeah.
Save your money. Learn where to invest your money.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be your saving grace, investing and paying off your debt. Yeah. Because if you're in debt,
yeah,
you're in trouble.
So being in Philadelphia, we meet a lot of, like, grad nurses, like new grad nurses. They mention their struggles with understanding how to tackle, like, student loans, and we were just talking about that. But do you have any advice for paying student loans after school?
Honestly, the best thing is if you can find a company that will help you pay some of it, great. That's kind of where I am, and I'm appreciative of the company that I'm with, so that even if it's the small amount to go towards whatever you can put towards it, it's still helpful. But I would definitely always pay on time. And just stay on top of it, and never just like it comes in the mail and you're like, meh. Like, just stay on top of it.
Yeah, guys, pay on time.
Pay on time.
I don't have loans myself, but I know what it's like doing monthly payments for school. So just plan it out, figure it out. You'll be good.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, like, how did being a medical assistant help you transition into the nursing role?
Oh my gosh. Medical assistant is an amazing transition into being a nurse. You learn how to communicate with your patients. You learn how to do phlebotomy. You learn how to take phone calls and have that phone etiquette. You learn how to do finger sticks and just everything that other than doing your med pass and some wound care and things like that. I'm not saying it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a difference, but I really feel like it helped me transition and want to be a nurse more because I was in that position and I felt like I wanted to learn more and I wanted to do more and I wanted, when I first started in medical assistant, there was this lady named Gloria, and she was the one that really pushed me. And she was a patient, which is awesome. You meet so many amazing people in that field too, because you talk to them, and I think communication is one of the biggest things.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Like, communication's key. Listening to even your patients, like, learn about their stories, be there for them, because they come in and they have people that just don't pay attention to them at all. And same thing with nurses. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's what I'm trying to do here. So we're gonna go into a deep dive with our company's questions.
Okay.
So it's actually really interesting. I think you will like it.
Okay.
So as a nurse, you give lots of love and care and attention to your patients. Who is the person or people in your life that gives you a lot of love?
My family, my immediate family, my children, my boyfriend, my mother, my sister. They've all been here through this long journey of me getting to become a nurse, and even the small victories have been victories, like big victories to them. It's like, yay, she passed the test. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I love that.
Because if you don't have that cheerleaders behind you, sometimes you want to quit.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Yeah. So it's like working really well in your life right
Um, my career is working very well right now. I mean, working 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts gives me that time to be with my family. So I guess family and career is
So you're
starting to
able
be
to find the balance.
the balance. Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah. I know I've met some nurses where they're still trying to figure it out, especially like the new grad nurses, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what are you most self-confident about?
I would say work, but that was before I became a nurse. Because now I'm like a brand new situation. But I feel like I've because I was a medical assistant prior to, I felt like I was confident, and then I got on the floor and it felt like, meh, hold on, gotta bring that confidence back up. But I feel like communication with my parents. I feel like that's where I'm most confident because in the pediatric world, they say that the parent is the second patient. And sometimes they really need you too. And being a parent and being able to speak to the patient, the parent, and just get them through the hard times is where I started from the gate. Like, why I wanted to become a nurse, and that full circle moment is my confidence. Like, I love that part of being a nurse.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you tend to talk to your parents, like your family, more. Because as a kid, I used to just like shut out with all my emotions and just not like really talk to my mom. But yeah, now we just be going out, doing everything. But I love that. Yeah, talk to your parents, guys. Like spend time with them, do what you can, because you never know what's gonna happen. But it really depends on the situation. But
Awesome.
what has become clear to you as you've gotten older?
What's important to me? That's what's gotten clear. Like, people want to be rich, or they want to be famous, or I just want simplicity. Simplicity. I want to be able to spend time with my family. I just want to be able to come home, make dinner, and just enjoy their company. Like, that is all I want.
Yeah. Feel like you're content, like you're comfortable where you are in life. That's how I want to be. But like in my mind, because I'm going through a lot with school, I'm like, man, I wish I was rich. I wish I was like a nepo baby. I wish I was. But like, I'm trying to like take.
I think that all comes with age.
Yeah.
I
think by the time I get older, I'll be like, you know what? I don't really care about all that stuff. But yeah, it's fun. It's like, I'm learning a lot myself because I'm still figuring out my own life, and I'm still young, but I'm going along as best as I can. What is something you wish people understood about you?
That's a good question. That I always come from a good place. I might sound harsh sometimes or just like come off very bold, but I feel like my heart is always attached to those words. I always want the best for everyone. I want to build people up. I never want to break anyone down. You know how you have that best friend, and you're like, people have friends and you're not sure if they're your true friends. I'm your true friend. All right.
I'm your true friend. Yeah, I totally understand that. Like, some people will look at you the first time and be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, she kind of gives off a very like obnoxious vibe, but in reality, like, you don't really know someone until you really hang out and talk to them. A lot of people see me, oh, like she's very like pure and quiet and to herself. Like, you don't really know me because I may be crazy. Yeah. But like I'm very chill, I'm very funny, but I think a lot of people lead towards that other side of me where I'm very much more I listen to people. I like to just be there for them. So I can get why they see me like that, because I sit there and just stare.
It's the outside. They didn't get into the inside yet. They don't peel away the layers.
Yeah. So personally, what is the most important value that you live by?
My values. Honestly, I just like, I want to live honest, because then you don't have to feel like you have to like second guess anything.
Yeah.
Never. Like, if you're honest, you don't have to have second lies. You don't have to have anything to cover up anything else. You're just living honest.
Truthful answer. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And if you could talk to all the employers in the nursing industry, what would you advise them to do better to support their nurses?
Um, I feel like this is like, it's for me, because I'm quite new in the nursing field.
Yeah.
And because of the pandemic, a lot of the senior nurses have left the floor, and we have like majority of new nurses on the floor. I think that there should be more learning from, not learning, what's the word I want to use? They do support us. I just feel like maybe they should have a conversation with the senior nurses about how to handle the new nurses a little bit better. It can be frustrating because new nurses don't know everything. You know, you're book smart at that point.
Yeah.
Are you hands-on smart? No, you're like, oh, this looked like this in a book. Let me,
Yeah.
but until you actually are putting things together and, you know, doing these procedures, you have never done it before.
Right.
So have patience. That's a good one. There you go.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah.
I think patience is very needed right now because of the novice nurses that are on the floor. We're trying our best, and sometimes the little things are being looked at, and it can break a new nurse, because it's like my confidence was here, and as soon as you shot me down, instead of educating me and being patient with me, I'm like crying in the back room, you know. So it's patience.
Yeah. I feel like you will be able to learn not only what you're supposed to do on the floor, but like having that the the nurse that have more experience, they can learn from you as well, especially
Yeah.
coming into the field. So I love that response. I hope things get better. But what makes a great life?
Great life.
Yeah.
Um, being able to spend time with your family. I think like I'm very family oriented. I just, you know, you bring these kids into your life, and you want to be able to spend all the time with them. You want to see them grow.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's the most important thing to me.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the end of the deep dive questions. But
Mm-hmm.
is there like anything else you want to add? It could be about your career or any advice you want to give to nurses.
I feel like my biggest advice piece would be that never give up. Um, no matter how long it takes you, if you want to be a nurse, do it. If you find your avenue to get there, some people want to do the BSN route, some people want to do the diploma route. It doesn't matter. It's going to get you on the floor. Don't think that one is better than the other. It's just a stepping stone. It's just how I took medical assisting. It was my stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 10 years to get to become a nurse. I went to CCP, then I went to LaSalle for 3 years. But in that time, I wanted to give up, and I did for 2 years. But just know it's worth it in the end. That's all.
Like that's amazing. I know school's like really long, but that's it's like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that takes a lot of courage and a lot of time, but like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna become a nurse, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that was the end of the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Like that was a nice talk.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. So this is the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Get to know a nurse, and we post it on Mondays. Thank you.
Thank you.